Okay, I got the right wing off, took the cowling and stuff off, and took the fabric off the right wing. It's getting pretty late. There's a pile of fabric. Of course, as normal, the wing was full of mud dauber nests, which is pretty normal for these. But I'm getting tired, so I think I'll call it a night. Don't know for sure what the lower longerons look like because this bottom fabric's still on. I haven't taken it off yet. It's pretty good. This interior this is probably the original fabric that came with the airplane in '49. What's a little bit worrisome about that is that it's wrapped around the tubing and it's probably never been off, and it could be rusty on where that covers up, so I don't know. But I'll peel all that stuff off and then I'll redo it. Took the engine off, make that wooden deal, and that keeps the engine mounts from spreading out with the weight of the engine just sitting on them. It's kind of like being mounted on the airplane then. There's what they covered up with with their upholstery stuff. That was a pretty crummy thing. They shouldn't have done that. But anyway, we're getting to it. It looks like these bungee cords are probably not strong enough to hold the thing up. They're probably going down pretty fast. What I'm thinking of doing here, the seat belts attach here, which goes across to this tube, and I'm thinking about I might make a bracket and attach it up here, and then the seat belt could fasten to it, and then put a little piece of tubing across so it picks up the strength from both these tubes. And I think that'd make a pretty effective way to make double seat belt. And then these are the wing fittings here, and I might weld a gusset across and with a tab out, and then put a hole in it, and then the guy could attach shoulder harness to that, and that would make a real substantial shoulder harness attachment, and that would be for the front seats. And they put the back seat in kind of so that it kind of negated the easy removal thing, but it wasn't real hard to remove, but I had to unscrew some stuff I wouldn't have thought I would have had to. Okay, looks pretty good. It doesn't appear to have any bad rusty places or any bulges where it's been full of water and froze that I've found so far. Have to replace these sticks. They'll bow in if we cover it again without replacing them. So anyway, that's where we're at. That's what I did today. I took it that much further apart. Okay, I've got everything stripped off of it, and I need to clean it up, replace the sticks, and prime it. There's the tail surfaces there, the wings. It's hard to hang that one wing up because I had stuff piled up there, so I just left it hanging at an angle like that. Should have had this splice in here, and it would be kind of a bump in the sidewall. I don't know why they would have a splice there in particular. And then they've got the aluminum tubing coming into the copper fittings, and that would be a real invitation to dissimilar metal corrosion. And then there's a kink in this up here, so I'm inclined probably to just replace that tubing. But then they got copper tubing from this gas tank to here, and then they got aluminum tubing coming down from here, and these could be replaced with steel fittings, and then the aluminum. Quite a rat's nest with the wiring here. Oh yeah, a little black button was a tester to test the stall warner. In other words, it's in parallel with the switch on the wing, and then when the master switch is on, you push this button and it should light that light up, but it doesn't appear to work. So I think I need to do some rewiring because I don't think they've got quite the right right stuff there. This landing gear is got red primer on it, and then everything else has got black or gray or something on it. The one landing gear had Stitz polyfiber fabric on it, and then the other one had the cotton. I don't know if I took the on 2 coats of epoxy primer, and then I ripped these sticks up, and then this morning I spent most of the morning and I sanded them down to fit and cut them to fit and put the sticks on it. So everything's got the epoxy primer on it, the tail surfaces are there, and the landing gear down here, they're ready to cover. You got a tail surfaces I did several days ago, so they're ready. This has to sit for about 3 days before you can cover it after you put the primer on it. So the fuselage needs to sit a little bit. So I think probably tomorrow I can make cables and stuff for the fuselage and put that new fuel line in. Then maybe I can get started covering the tail surfaces and the ailerons anyway. So that's where we're at. Earlier this morning and said that the rest of the dope was somewhere en route today, and I'm supposed to go and pick it up whenever he calls me back again. So should have the yellow dope sometime yet today. Okay, I started putting the fabric on the inside. It can dry tonight, and tomorrow morning I can shrink it and keep on putting it in. Okay, now I put the fabric in the interior, just lots and lots of little pieces, and then I put the first coat of dope on it. And I'll put a bunch of little tapes and patches and stuff on. But that's the first part of getting it covered. That's kind of the hardest part of covering the fuselage, is covering the interior. It's a bunch of little pieces. Now, Today I put the bottom and the two sides on. And then hopefully tomorrow I can put the top and the old fabric on the fuselage, and then I put on the first coat of green dope. And then it'll, in the morning, then I can put tapes on and then brush another coat of dope on it. On the all of the joints and over all the places that are going to be get a braze when it's sanded and things. And then I put the brush the second coat of dope on it and patched all the little, there's a lot of little places where there are little holes and things, and I patched all the little holes and things. So tomorrow I can probably put the inspection rings on and the inspection holes in and plastic in it, and then in the drain grommets, and then it'll be ready done here now. Inspection rings and drain grommets, fuselage, covered the landing gear, and tapes on the landing gears, and then I've covered the rudder and one elevator so far. Put the first coat of dope on. They need their tapes and stuff yet. So that's where we're at now. Okay, what I did today, I put these little stitches through these parts, and then I made these little round, put these little piece of reinforcing tape, and then put these little round deals in. That was the two ailerons, and so the wire leading edge on. I use rubber bands and sticks, and then I tighten the rubber band, or tighten the leading edge up to the ribs, and then drill the holes and put the screws in. I put the new wire in for the stall warner. And I tape the ribs where the metal would touch the wire, and then I tape the wires to that, so they should be well insulated. Shouldn't be any danger of shorting out. I looked at these wing strut fittings. There's a warning. There's no AD or anything at this point, but there's a warning about the danger of these things being rusty. I don't see any indication of any rust on either piece, on the front or the back. There's some dirt, but doesn't look like they're rusty. For some reason, someone sprayed yellow chromate on parts here. Got the new leading edge made and got it put on, all screwed down good. I didn't replace this part because it had this bend in here, and then these blind nuts in, and I would have had trouble doing that, so I just replaced the plain part. And it's not too badly dinged up. Put the inner rib bracing in today, and put the new aileron cable and put it in. So that's what I've done so far today. Okay, I've put the cloth over the metal, put tape over all the little bumps and screws and things where it's going to contact the fabric. So now I'm ready to put the envelope on this wing. Okay, now I've glued the envelope on the left wing. Okay, I got the envelope on and glued down and shrunk and doped, and so that's where we're at tonight. About time to call it a day. Okay, I'm rib stitching splice this. Call this a V-knot. inlet is finished. See, it has a 5 wraps around here and 5 wraps around here, and the 2 ends stick out like that, and they can't be pulled apart. Got to pull up a little bit so that the knot will go through the knot will go through it. A wire or something on the inside, so we have to figure out a way to get around it. We got a bent needle here that'll, hopefully I can find my way around. One way to do it. My concern here is the aileron cable. This is behind me. This is where the rear spar is. The aileron cable goes back here. So I make absolutely sure the way I have this laid out, the cable is ahead of the stitch. Make absolutely sure that the stitch doesn't interfere with the cable. That's a real common problem people have. They put these together and then they have a whole bunch of drag in the aileron because of that 1 or 2 stitches wrapped around the cable. Makes life difficult for them. I look down through the hole that way and make sure that it's not going to interfere and block it. I take this cord back through here and then put a half inch of it off the end of it. And back to about half a stitch and knock the bolt down inside the surface tape. And the front one gets the same thing. So anyway, I got that done today. Okay. Yeah, this is still one. That thing says, oh, I know, it's on daylight savings time. Huh. It's after 11. Okay. Got the tapes on today. Another coat of dope on the left one. So probably tomorrow I'll swap them around, put the left one up, and bring the right one down here and attack it. I got to put the inspection rings and the drain grommets in. I changed to butyrate dope to do that. So anyway, that's what I did today. A bunch of masking paper and masking tape and masked off so that it should be so that's where I'm at now. Okay, I put 2 coats of silver on. Wings, fuselage, and on the way in there. Took everything, I had them all hanging up, but I took everything down, so the tail surfaces and stuff are stacked up there, so they try not to touch each other any more than they have to. So tomorrow I can start sanding. Take me a couple days to sand them, then I can put some more dope on. So that's where I'm at tonight. Okay, yesterday I sanded the tail surfaces, ailerons and things. You see the green stuff kind of shining through the silver. I sand off most of the silver and just leave it in the low places. Wings, of course, I haven't done yet, and right now I'm working on the fuselage, the doors and the landing gear there. So those I'll sand all those yesterday, and then today I'm working on the fuselage. I sanded the inside of it, and now on the outside. You can hear how when up here it doesn't make much noise. Then when I get down here on the stuff I haven't sanded, it makes more noise. And that's how I can tell pretty much that. Arrange now to start spraying dope on again. I'll put on 2, maybe 3 coats of silver, just put it on until I use it up. So that's where I'm at with that now. Okay, we got on, I think since the last pictures I took, we got put on 2 coats of silver and then 2 coats of clear. And just put on the second coat of clear, and then I think I'll go get the yellow, and hopefully later today I'll put on first. Okay, this control surfaces and everybody. So tomorrow, I expect I'll start sanding, and it'll take me a couple days to get everything sanded. Then I can put on about 2 more coats of yellow, and then we already put the trim on it, and I have to work on the metal parts and start working on putting it back together. And rinsed them with a garden hose. So I will go in and start sanding the wings now, get the wings sanded, and possibly tomorrow I can put on the next 2 coats of yellow, and then we'll be through putting yellow dope on. That's the plan right now. But I've laid the numbers out on the rudder with masking tape, with blue masking tape. For some reason, and hadn't happened before, the paper masking tape wouldn't stick to this stuff. It seems to be too slick, so I had to go and get special high-tech masking tape to mask these out. But anyway, that's what we got. So I'll put masking paper around the rest of it, and then I'll spray on the red, and in a few minutes here, and it'll have red numbers on the yellow rudder. Okay, now I've sprayed the red on and still got the masking on. Now I'll start working taking the masking off and see what we get. Okay, that's what it looks like with the masking tape off of it. Hopefully tomorrow I can clean those up a little bit when the stuff gets completely dry. Okay, I've masked off the stripe for the fuselage, and I'm masking still on this side, and then the other side I put a couple coats on, and I guess you can see the stripe sort of under there. And anyway, I'll put another coat on this left side, and then I can take the masking off of it. That's the way I let thing off. And rudder. So now I'll take there's the wing hanging up there, and I'll take it down and put the masket off and paint the stripe around it. Okay, finally got the finished here. Got the red stripe on. There's the yellow on. And then That'll just kind of break up that vast expanse of yellow. Kind of offset it, make it look kind of neat, I think. And got the hanger full. On to the paint off the metal parts. These are the pieces that I've done so far. And there's some cowling and stuff I haven't done yet, and sorted pieces. I started to strip the metal off of the wing fairings, and now that I got some of the paint stripped off them, I think maybe I'll find some more metal around here and make new ones, because they're not very good. So anyway, that's what I've been doing today. They're the brown struts are the new wing struts. I unpacked them, looked at them. They seem to be what is advertised. Got to clean up the tail wires, the nose, the cowling, and the windshield frames. So now I've got all the metal parts that I intend to stripped, and then I masked off the fabric part of the landing gear and painted the streamlined strut part of the landing gear with the yellow enamel. Put those back on so I can move the airplane around. Got to clean out my pressure pot, got the stripper in it, clean that out yet. And put the landing gear back on, put everybody back in tonight. So that's what we're going to do here. Take this, this is the Alumiprep, this is an acid etch. Take rub and scrub this a little bit, and the acid takes off the impurities and then the plastic scrubbing, and we take off the impurities up in the metal. Converting, and this stuff's supposed to has an acid base to it, and it's supposed to soak in to the aluminum. And I'll take it out and I'll rinse it off with water. It has to have a couple of minutes to be in contact with it, and you have to rinse it off before it dries. This is a corrosion inhibitor, and it's also has, say, chromium stick to it. Okay, now I've got it rinsed off, and supposedly I've got pure, clean aluminum, and this is what they call iodine conversion coating, and this stuff's supposed to, has an acid base to it, and it's supposed to soak to the aluminum. And I'll take it out and I'll rinse it off with water. It has to have a couple of minutes to be in contact with it, and then you have to rinse it off before it dries. This is a corrosion inhibitor, and it's also helps, say, chromate stick to it. And now I've rinsed that off. The metal has a kind of a gold and a blue hue to it. Take and dry it off. Bunch of inspection ring, inspection hole covers, the cowling, struts. That's been my project today. Gas tank cover and door skins, landing gear covers. I just thought of some things I didn't paint. Yeah, I have another chance yet. So I'm about ready to call it a day. Okay, today I finished hooking up the rudder pedals and the brakes and put hydraulic fluid in, then I fixed up the firewall and put the firewall pad in, and then just now I put the engine on. I started hooking stuff up for it. I put blind nuts here where the regulator goes, so you can just screw it on and off. You don't have to get in behind there to hold the nuts. And then I put blind nuts, put a blind nut down there where the cabin heat cable goes, and I shortened up the parking brake cable, and then adjusted the springs on the parking brake so that apparently it didn't work before, but I think it should work now. So anyway, lace it, and then when you unlace that, and you take this thing, you pull this up, and push this thing ahead, and then this thing, move it around a little bit, and it comes right out of there. That's the way that seat, that back seat comes out of there. So now I've got to scrounge up the screws and actually screw this floorboard down in here. I want to put the floorboard in so I could have a place to work in here while I'm putting in the headliner. I put the antenna in up here, and it was a challenge, just like just about everything else is. It's just almost too big to fit on the bracket. So see the nut is just on the very edge of the bracket, and then the front is up as far forward as it'll go. But I got it in there, and then this is the coax cable that was on your old handheld antenna. I just thought I'd run it in a hole, run it underneath the instrument panel. There's a hole in the back of the glove box, and I just curl it up in the glove box. And when you want to use it, you can just open up the glove box and pull it out of the glove box. So I think that'll work. So that's what I'm planning to do at this point, where I'm at. It's taking me a lot longer to put all this junk together than I expected, and I still got stuff to do. I've still got things to hook up on the engine. I haven't got the throttle and the mixture cable hooked up there. They seem to have little problems. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Today I got the headliner actually glued in. Came out pretty good. Got smooth and tight. Doesn't look quite as bad around that light as I thought it might. Got some more stuff fastened down here in the floor, and figured out where some more pieces go, and started putting the doors together. I got so anyway, that's what I did today. Okay, now I've laid out the lightning bolt and the trim on the door, and then I'll mask the pieces off and paint those. Okay, I got the lightning bolt so we took the carburetor off, checked the ADs on it. There's just about everything you guys got to take apart to check the ADs when you do an annual. It's kind of a pain in the neck. But anyway, that's what I did. Got those, finished masking those off today. Okay, now what I've done here, I got the wing hanging up. Then I'll move the fuselage over in position and get the thing to match up, and then I'll attach it to the airplane and then put the struts on. Okay, I've got the left wing on. And I've got the right wing hanging up. There's my helper. Hi, helper, say hi. Yeah. Okay, I've got the wings on it. Got everybody in. It's supposed to start raining tonight and tomorrow, so I thought I'd try to put everybody in for now. Doesn't look like rain now, but they're talking about it. So anyway, the next project is going to be to adjust the rigging on the wings. Okay, what we started to do here is adjust the rigging. We're taking and support the wings so that we can undo the struts, and then kind of cut and fit. We have to keep adjusting the threads on these until we get them like we want them. And this level. We put a 1 3/8 inch block 30 inches down the level, and then we put it here on the last aileron rib, and then center the bubble, and then that gives the wing the twist. In other words, the wing is level, the wing is level at the root, and then it's got the 1 3/8 inch block here with the bubble level, and that's twist in it. And then we do the same thing with the other wing. And then the bubble's level. And then both wings have the same amount of twist in it, so the thing shouldn't roll over when I take off with it. And then take and adjust the dihedral, and then I have to have a block, but I don't have a block in my hand. But anyway, we take and put the level with the block so that it has the same amount of dihedral on each side. And again, we adjust that with the front forks, and then adjust the twist of the rear forks. So that's what we're doing now. And then I had to, to level the airplane, I had to let some air out of this tire, so I took this one off. But anyway, here put those clipper decals on. I think that's going to be kind of cute. And I got these things on today. I made them the other day, and then and then today I painted those are the drooped wingtips. Got those painted. So hopefully tomorrow or someday I can put those on and continue on. Okay, everything should function. I think I have everything hooked up. So this will be the first startup for it. See if everything works like it should. Well, I got it all assembled, and ready to go. Get somebody here to take its picture in the air and I'll probably go fly it.